This is a gentle, easy, quick sequence to help relieve some lower back pain related to a herniated disc. I usually do it as my closing sequence to a longer yoga routine, but you can also do it on its own. Some props you'll want are either 2 yoga blocks, or you can use 2 good size, maybe hardcover books. And you also may want a pillow. So I'm a yoga teacher, not a medical professional, so don't take this as medical advice. It's what I've been doing that has been helping me a lot, and hopefully it can also help you. To come on the ground, we'll take a big step forward with the right foot, and keeping the back totally straight, slowly, without leaning forward, lower your left knee down onto the floor. And when it's on the floor, you are going to very slowly move the right knee back, put it on the floor next to the left knee, lower down onto the heels gently, and we'll come down sideways. So leaning on one side, slowly lower your body down sideways, straightening the legs when you get down, and coming onto the belly. Now check in, make sure that this feels okay for the back, it's not causing extra pain. If it is causing some pain, you could try to put a pillow under your belly chest like I have here. But if you're able to be comfortable without the pillow, we'll just lay flat on the floor. Now the first move is very simple. Just bring the right knee up to the side, the knee's at about a right angle. And then bring either the chin or the cheek down. You can also put your head on a pillow if that's comfortable. It's kind of how you might see a little kid laying on the floor. Just find something that's comfortable for your neck, and you can move the head or neck if it ever gets uncomfortable. But unless you really need to move, we want to try to keep the hip and low back pretty much completely still or close to it for about 2 minutes here. It may not feel like anything big is happening, it's more of a release than a stretch, but it's very powerful release for the piriformis muscle and low back here. Start to deepen the breath, breathing through the nose, lengthening the inhale and exhale. Try to relax the shoulders a little more. And on the exhales, just have a sense of the body melting and getting soft into the earth. And slowly straighten that leg, bring the foot back to meet the other foot. And then bring the left knee up to the side, making close to a right angle with the knee. And let everything relax. If you were on your cheek, you may want to turn onto the other cheek so that you balance the neck. The shoulders relax. Bring your attention to just watching the inhale and the exhales rise and fall. So back pain has as you know, can be extremely exhausting physically, mentally, and emotionally. So we're just going to be very gentle. Try to let the body relax and heal, giving it as much time as we need, and hanging on to hope that things will get better. Slowly straighten that leg. And we're going to come into a gentle back bend. So level 1, you could just have your chin on a block or a book, if that feels okay. If even that's not okay, you can just keep the chin down on the floor. You can bring the arms forward if that's all right. If you're able to come into Sphinx pose, that's the elbows either in front of or underneath the shoulders. I'm going to pull the shoulders gently back and then just let the lower back relax. If you need to at any time, let the head drop or move the head from side to side. That's fine. We don't, again, care so much about what the neck is doing, but we're focusing on a little longer hold here of trying to keep the lower back in this extended position. And gentle back bends are very good if you have any kind of disc issue, because if a disc is bulging, the back bends can help to compress and hopefully help push that disc back into place. So this would be a good one to do maybe even multiple times a day, as long as it's not causing any pain. And if your arms are getting too tired, again, you can always just come down to the version where your chin is on a block or on a book. The main important thing is just keep that little bend through the low back. If you feel you can go a little deeper, you could try to lift one foot up and then another. If that's too much, just put the feet back down. If the feet are up, you can kind of experiment with flexing the foot, pointing the toes, and getting what feels comfortable. Notice how little things can change the sensation in the back. And making sure the neck is not getting stiff. You can also just let the heels drop towards the body. And keeping that nice, long, deep breathing through the nose. The feet up, you can bring the feet back down onto the floor. And we're going to gently see if we can press into the hands and straighten the arms a little. Now again, if this is too much, you can come back down on the elbows. But if you can go a little further, you might even be able to slide your hands a little closer to the body for full cobra. But you want to keep your pelvis on the ground, so we're not coming up so high that the lower belly is coming off the mat. And then we'll lower back down onto the elbows. We won't stay as long in that one because it's a bit deep. And then gently roll onto your side. Take your time here. Rolling over can be difficult. And then coming onto your back with your knees bent, feet flat. So just make sure you're okay here, that this isn't causing any undue pain to the low back. And just notice the natural curve of your spine. You'll notice there's a little arch of the back. It's not completely flat. There's a little air pocket there. And just notice what that feels like. We're going to be coming back to that later on. And again, try to relax the shoulders a little more here. The next sequence I learned from a yoga teacher, Alexandria Crow. She has a website called Yoga Physics and also teaches at YogaWorks. And I find this one extremely helpful for my low back. So you're going to take your right foot up in the air, straightening the leg. And then keeping the knee straight, slowly lower down until the heel touches the floor. Then slide the heel down the mat as far as you can, get it away from you. Pushing so much through the heel, you may even feel a little stretch through the chest. You're going to tighten your glute muscle, which is your butt muscle. Tighten that right quad muscle. And then don't take anything off the floor, but just try to pull your right hip up towards your right ear. So kind of feeling that hip slide back up towards you while you're still pressing through the heel. Just even lift that hip, again, not off the mat, just towards your head. And then relax, both feet flat again. Inhaling the left leg up, knee straight, slowly lowering the heel all the way down, pressing that heel down the mat as far as you can get it away from you, feeling some length through the low back, belly, chest. Tighten your glute muscle, tighten your quad muscle, and then without anything coming off the floor, just try to slide that the hip bone up towards your face, pulling that hip up, feeling the side muscles working. Exhale, relax, both feet flat. So you can grab your book or your block here. And if you're able to, you're going to gently lift up your hips and slide the book or block under your tailbone area, sacrum. So you don't want it in the arch of the back. You want to feel like you're nice and supported. So make sure that doesn't hurt. If it hurts the back, you'll take it out and just repeat the same sequence on the floor. But if this feels good, we're going to do the same sequence with the block. So you're going to inhale the right leg up, knee straight. Exhale, lower the heel down. Slide that heel as far as you can away from you. You can get some really nice length here with the block, feeling up through the belly, chest. Then tighten your glute, tighten your quad, and then try to pull that hip up towards your face. You might feeling some sensation in your core, almost like a cramp. It's not actually a cramp, it's just some of the deep muscles. And then exhale, relax. Both feet flat on the mat together. Inhaling the left leg up. Exhaling, bringing the left heel down to the floor. Sliding that left heel down the mat as far as you can away from you, feeling some length. Tighten your glute, tighten your quad, and then try to pull that left hip up towards your face while still pressing through the heel. Feeling if it feels the same in the core on the left side as the right, or you might be feeling little different muscles. Exhale, relax, bend the knee, both feet flat. And now if you had two books, you can try to add another book to get a little higher. If you're using a yoga block, you can turn the yoga block up on its skinny side. And make sure this isn't too much. We're getting a little deeper of a back bend here, so make sure you're comfortable. If it's not, just go back to the previous level. Inhale the right leg up, knee straight. Exhale, bringing the heel down to the floor. Sliding that heel away. You can feel some nice length probably now through the chest. Tighten your glute, tighten your quad, pulling that hip up towards your face. Keeping everything tight, really trying to squeeze that hip up while still pressing through the heel. And exhale, relax. Bending the knee, foot flat. And last time, inhaling the left leg up. Exhale, sliding that heel down on the floor and then pressing it away from you. Again, feeling,
Try to feel length through the belly chest here. Tighten your glute, tighten your quad, and then try to pull that hip up towards the face. Pulling while pushing through the heel. Kind of go for it the last time. Squeezing and pushing. And exhale, release. Both feet flat. So if you're comfortable how the blocks are, we're just going to bring the arms out to the sides. And also bend the elbows, kind of like cactus position. Or let the hands come together if you can keep the shoulders relaxed. If the back's a little sensitive, you can either remove one block, turn it down flat, or just come down onto the floor. But if it's feeling okay, it's a really nice little supported back bend here. If the neck feels good, you can keep it how it is, or it may feel nice to tilt the chin a little bit towards the ceiling. Try to soften the shoulders. Lengthen and deepen the breath. And with a little back bend and with the arms outstretched, you may also feel like you can get the breath a little deeper up into the collarbones, top of the chest. Bring the arms back down to the sides. We're going to very slowly come out of this, and hopefully you'll have a nice surprise when you feel how flat your back is now. So we're going to gently lift the hips up, which can be a little uncomfortable, but it should go away in a moment, and slide the books out of the way, but keep the back up. And then very slowly just let the back come down on the earth. And hopefully, like I do, you have just this sense of, wow, the back is a lot flatter. When you think back to how we felt before, you might feel there's a little less of an arch. Maybe the back feels a little lighter and freer. Just take a couple breaths here. Enjoying a neutral spine. We're going to come into final relaxation, Shavasana. So you can either stay here, you can let the knees come together, or traditional is to have the feet out straight on the floor. But with a low back injury, for a lot of people, that can be a little irritating for the low back, so you can try it. For me, it feels good still, but if it's feeling uncomfortable in the low back, just bend the knees, feet flat, knees can rest on each other. Have the palms facing up. Relax the shoulders. And let everything go for a couple minutes here to let the body adjust to what we've done. Final relaxation, Shavasana. Gently bring some movement back to the body. Take your time coming out of it. Bring your knees into the chest. And gently rocking to one side, taking a few breaths on your side. And coming up very slowly to seated. I hope your back's feeling a little better. And this helped in at least a small way with your recovery.